Imagine spending years inside the world's biggest companies looking at their sustainability programs. You audit them, you certify them, and you start to see a pattern, a ghost in the machine. On the surface, everything looks perfect. Companies are pouring enormous energy into their sustainability reports, thick, glossy documents filled with numbers. They hire big firms to verify those numbers. They obsess over their ESG ratings, attending to every framework, every disclosure requirement, every metric. And then you look behind the curtain, and you find almost nothing. The report is real, the data is real, the assurance is real. But the system that's supposed to be driving it all, it's a phantom. The governance is just a ceremony. The controls are absent. The board gets an annual PowerPoint presentation and calls that oversight. The sustainability team produces the report and calls that management. So we started asking a simple question, a question that cuts through all the noise. If you strip away the report, if you remove the disclosure, the rating, the assurance, what is left? What is the actual management infrastructure governing the program? In most cases, the honest answer was, not much. And that's when the scale of the problem becomes clear. We've built an entire global industry around measuring and communicating sustainability performance without building the systems that actually produce it. Reporting became the final destination when it should have just been a postcard from the journey. But genuine progress isn't implied. It has to be built, deliberately, with a blueprint. It needs real governance, it needs controls, it needs accountability that goes all the way to the board. It needs objectives that have concrete actions behind them, not just lofty targets. It needs a review system that constantly asks, is this genuinely working? Not just, are our numbers accurate for the report? We looked around for a standard that demanded all of this, and it didn't exist. Sure, the ISO standards are excellent. 14,001 for the environment, 45,001 for safety, but each one only covers a single corner of the puzzle. None of them cover the whole program, and none of them were asking the hard questions we were asking in every company we visited. Questions like, why are you doing this? What are you truly obligated to achieve? What impacts are you actually causing, and what risks are you actually carrying? Who is actually accountable? Does your board actually govern this, or do they just receive a slide deck once a year? So we wrote the standard that asks those questions. SPK CSMS 1000-2026. We didn't do it because we wanted to create a product. We did it because we saw a dangerous gap that no one else was filling. We had spent long enough inside the problem to know exactly what was missing. The world doesn't need another reporting framework. It has enough of those. What it needs is a management system standard that treats sustainability the way serious organizations treat finance, quality, and safety, as a discipline, with governance, with controls, with accountability and continuous improvement. That's what we built. And Speeki Meridian is how we verify that an organization has built it too. You can learn more about the Speeki Corporate Sustainability Management System Standard and Speeki Meridian certification at speeki.com.